Did Caleb Plant just expose himself? Berlanga torches him for cherry-picking opponents. The boxing world is buzzing after Edgar Berlanga launched a brutal attack on Caleb Plant for his latest opponent selection. After weeks of back and forth, trash talk and constant speculation about a potential showdown between the two, Plant shocked everyone by choosing WBA's Nabra's 15-ranked Jose Armando Reséndez for his next fight on May 31st. This decision didn't sit well with Berlanga, who wasted no time roasting Plant on social media, calling him a disgrace to boxing, picking a lower-ranked fighter instead of stepping up to face one of the division's top contenders. Fans are now left wondering whether Plant is intentional, avoiding tough fights, or if he genuinely has little control over his matchup. Either way, the choice has raised eyebrows across the boxing community. Berlanga didn't hold back in his criticism, calling it sad that Sweet Hands Plant is choosing to fight someone who was recently knocked out by Elijah Garcia. He believes that taking on an opponent like Reséndez does nothing to boost Plant's credibility and eliminates any argument that he deserves a fight against high-profile names like himself. For weeks, Plant had been publicly challenging Berlanga, trying to position himself as a worthy adversary, but this move contradicts everything he's been saying. Berlanga made it clear that if Plant truly wanted to prove himself, he would have taken on a real challenge rather than selecting someone from the bottom of the ranking. This weak opponent choice, Berlanga argues, signals a lack of confidence and damages Plant's reputation in the sport, adding even more drama to the situation. Plant previously claimed that his management had sent a contract to Berlanga, but Berlanga was quick to shut down that. According to him, no such offer was ever made. Instead, he threw some major shade at Plant, sarcastically suggesting that if Plant wanted the fight so badly, he could take a measly $200,000 purse, while Berlanga himself pockets $30 million. This statement made it crystal clear that Berlanga is looking for bigger and better fights that actually mean something for his career. He isn't interested in chasing opponents who aren't willing to take real risks. Plant, on the other hand, now finds himself in an awkward position, with many questioning whether he has the confidence to step into the ring with top-tier opponents. While it's true that Plant might not have full control over who he fights, it's obvious that he had a say in the selection process. If he was serious about proving himself, he could have insisted on facing a top-5 contender instead of choosing an easier route with Reséndez. But given how he struggled in his last fight, where he was shockingly dropped in the 4th round by fringe contender Trevor McCumbee, it's not surprising that he's now opting for a safer option. Meanwhile, Berlanga is keeping his eyes on the bigger picture. He's waiting for the dust to settle after the highly anticipated Jaime Munguia vs. Bronco Surace 2 rematch on May 3rd. If Munguia comes out victorious, Berlanga wants to take him on next, further solidifying his status as a top contender in the division. So what's really going on with Caleb Plant? Is he playing it safe to rebuild his confidence, or is this a sign that he's not as hungry for top-tier fights as he claims? Whatever the case, Berlanga and the rest of the boxing world aren't buying his excuses. Fans are now left questioning whether a showdown between Berlanga and Plant will ever happen, or if Plant will continue to avoid the toughest fights in the division.
Berlanga's scathing criticism of Plant has sparked heated debates among boxing fans and analysts. Some argue that Plant is simply taking a strategic fight to stay active, while positioning himself for bigger opportunities in the future. Others
believe that his choice to face Reséndez instead of a higher-ranked opponent is a clear indication that he's not willing to risk another loss. Given that Plant is coming off a shaky performance in his last fight, where he was knocked down by Trevor McCumbee, Berlanga and many others see this move as damage control rather than a genuine attempt to prove himself in the super middleweight division. The timing of Plant's decision is also questionable. With Berlanga actively looking for high-profile matchups, including a potential clash with Jaime Munguia, it would have made sense for Plant to seize the opportunity and prove his worth by taking on a formidable opponent. Instead, his choice of Reséndez has given the impression that he's looking for an easy win to maintain his standing rather than taking on a real challenge. This has led to further backlash from fans who expected Plant to step up and fight someone who would truly test his skills.